everybody, coming live to you on my 27th day of Facebook Live challenge. I did a challenge for a 30-day Facebook Live, coming every day on Facebook for my interior design business. This is Rita Venkatesh with Seasonal Leaf Designs. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my hair. I just noticed my hair a little odd. So anyway, I'm coming live to you from Cookware. I'm an interior designer with my company Seasonal Leaf Designs, and today is my 27th day, like I said. And welcome to my 6-day kitchen talk, day 3 of my kitchen talk and day 27 of my 30-day Facebook Live challenge. So today's topic is from your kitchen wish list, determining storage list. So how do we look at storage when we think about kitchen planning and kitchen design? So let's look at storage by item type. I wore my nice looking necklace. So let's look at storage by item type. Let's first look at food and beverage. So now food and beverage needs its own dedicated space, maybe racks or drawers, heights according to the size of can, your bottle, your jar, or your pots, or the pack. So as far as item list goes, here we are. So you can go with staple foods such as canned goods, fruits, vegetables, spices, oils, vinegars. So these spices, oils, and vinegars come in different shapes and sizes. So highly important, as well as they come in thinner bottles, so you have to consider your storage according to that. Coffee, tea, or espresso, so either in packets or in jars, so when you empty it out it'll be in jars. Wine bottles and other drink bottles, so those ones are taller, so in these cases if you're thinking about storing those, so you literally have to have different heights. So just not the drawer heights, but in between the drawers, how much space you have, or if you're putting it in racks behind doors, you've got to have that kind of space. Number 2 on the list is cookware. So for cookware, consider how heavy is it, plan for weight, and how big is it? How big is your pot or pan or cookware? Plan for the width and the height. Are these cookware odd shaped? Plan for the individual space. If they are smaller items, then they can easily get lost inside the drawer. So you have to have some divisions inside the drawer, so plan accordingly. And so as far as cookware is concerned, you have bigger pots to really small items. So in that case, make sure and be very careful while you're planning all that space. Number 3, so in cookware, we have a list. So it's either bakeware, pots and pans, so bigger items, measuring cups and spoons, so these are small items, specialty utensils, so utensils that are for measuring or for like ladles or spoons, knives, and different shapes and sizes, even bottle openers, can openers, so think about that. Think about funnels, so funnels such as pouring oil from your big bottle into your dispenser, and also your colander. Cookbooks, recipes, small appliances as in coffee machines, not coffee machines, coffee grinders, your spice grinders, your cheese grinders, so different appliances like those ones, the small ones. Then you have your dishes and serveware. So are these delicate? Do they need careful handling and storage? Do they scratch easily? Are they heavy or light? So depending upon their weight, you have to reinforce your drawer or your shelf space. Are they collectibles or regular use? If they're collectibles, then you have to show them off. And if they're regular use, you can actually put them behind drawers and doors. So designate different spots for different items. As far as dishware, dishes and serving goes, so you have everyday dinnerware, you have everyday glassware, table linen, napkins, special occasion dinnerware, glassware, flatware, serving pieces such as platters, tureens, pitchers, and any other items that you have. Then we have another smaller list which are designated as other items, nicks and knacks. So let's look at these. So paper goods. So paper goods are bulky even though light. So you need more space for that. So you can put them behind doors. They're nothing to kind of show off. Food storage containers or wraps, such as your Ziplocs or your cling wraps. Pet food and supplies. Pet food and supplies has to be put in an area where it is easy to take out and put it in the bowl for your cat or your dog or any other pet you have. And then cleaning products. So one thing about cleaning products, you have to have these in a separate area than your food items, because you don't want to mix cleaning products with food items. So make sure that they are not in the same cupboard space. Usually our cleaning products mostly go underneath our sink or close to our sink or in the bathrooms cabinets. So make sure that you have them not close to your food items. Now, as far as storage goes into your base cabinets or upper cabinets, like over here, you have all these special attachments or accessories for your cabinets. And when you're planning for storage for your different kitchen items, make sure that these cabinets are reinforced, or they are using, open them and let them know, your cabinet maker, that they are using proper accessories. So far as accessories goes for the base cabinet, they are fitted according to your individual needs. And let's have a look at these accessories, things that can go inside a base cabinet. So number one, full extension sliding shelves. So full extension means you have, once you slide it out, this is not a fixed shelf. So once you slide out the shelf, the extension attachments on the both side of it has to be the full extension, and it has to hold the weight. So it should be strong enough to hold the weight. Hinged swing out wire shelf units. So for blind corners, where you have corners such as this one over here, I don't know if you can see the corner cabinet, like so. You have these corner cabinets over here, and if you were to have like a corner that kind of comes out in a double door configuration, you would need a corner swing out either wire shelf or a Lazy Susan for that. Then door mount racks for food pantry. So if you have a pantry and you have thinner items like wine bottles, spice bottles, olive oil bottles, or you could have, as far as base cabinet goes, full extension sliding shelves, hinged swing out wire shelf units. So for blind corners, like I just mentioned, Lazy Susan systems for your corner cabinets, door mount racks for food pantries, so different kinds of thinner bottles or thinner items, slide out racks or bins for trash and recycling. So that would probably go either underneath your sink or beside your dishwasher, so that you can easily dispose of your items. Dedicated racks for pots and pans with lid dividers. So your pots and pans, you can keep it one inside the other, and best to keep it on the most bottom rack. So make sure that, and also for your lids, you can actually use these dividers to put your lids. So that is a very good way to organize your storage. Controlled closed drawer systems. So closed drawers means, so you have an actual drawer, and deep peg drawers, which is your really taller size drawers, where your height of the drawers is much more. Then wall cabinets. So as far as wall cabinets go, special attachments can be attached to them to store your special items, and these are pull down overhead shelf systems. So once you open your cabinet, you can actually pull it down, and these are either wire or made of epoxy material. Also flip down cookbook shelf. So if you have something on the wall, you can flip it down and use it for your cookbooks, or you can even have it on the wall or mount it on the underside of the cabinet. And then for your miscellaneous items, custom accessories, which can be used and fitted to special locations in your kitchen if you need them. And these will be your backsplash rack items, rack system for utensils and spices. You might have noticed, which goes right here. You can bolt in there your attachment and put it on there for your special utensils and different kinds of spices. Ceiling mount pot racks, which you have seen either on a peninsula, over a peninsula coming from the ceiling, or over an island, where you can hang all your pots, different types of pots. And also for cabinet for TV. So if you are watching your TV while you're cooking or while you're prepping, you can put in smaller TVs, you can put it underneath your cabinet like I mentioned yesterday, and then you get special attachments for those. So those are your different storage accessories that you can fit to your base cabinet or your upper cabinets or even your backsplash to do your storage. That's kind of the list that I have for today. I hope this was useful to you and you can actually use these to plan your future kitchen. And then tomorrow is my day 28 of my 30-day Facebook Live challenge, and I'm going to talk about physical properties of your kitchen, such as the surface materials, your countertops, your flooring, your backsplash, your wood doors, and everything else that you need in your kitchen. So I can see a few people online over here on Instagram. Hi there. Thank you for watching. Sorry, my names are coming sideways, so I have to kind of turn my head. So anyways, thank you for watching today, and keep yourself tuned for tomorrow again at 12 o'clock. I'll be coming at the same time, and we'll be talking about your different kitchen surfaces. Today was my day 27, and for my FBLive challenge and Instagram challenge. So hope that was useful. Please play the video one more time and note down all that I shared, all the different points, and share my video. Give it some likes. Don't hold yourself back. Show some love, and like my page, Seasonal Leave Interior Design. My website, please visit seasonalleave.com, and always send me an email if you need some help, and I'm just a phone call away, 778-997-9427. And thank you again for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao. Ciao.